Have you ever pulled your profit and loss and you say, that does not match my bank account? This is actually a question I get asked often. Hi, I'm Candus Kampfer. If we've never met before, I love to help bookkeepers and business owners customize QuickBooks and create confidence. And so recently I was asked this question like, Candus, why does my profit and loss not match the exact amount in my bank account? And it's a really great question. I've been getting asked this question for years. So I thought, why not do a little video to explain it to you to help you see the bigger picture of what QuickBooks is tracking, because it's tracking more than just your bank account, right? So let's go in and look at QuickBooks. We'll click around a little bit, whether you're desktop or online. So when you're looking at your profit and loss specifically, it's saying during these date ranges, this is what we spent or what we made as income, right? So it's what income came in during this time frame, and then where did we spend our money? Now, one of the things I love to teach on my Customizing QuickBooks workshop and inside Cost QuickBooks is to think about the pillars of your profit and loss. So it depends if you are a fiscal business or if you are annual, right? So annual is, hold on, I want to just change one setting right here, quick. So under company preferences, you can choose what time frame you are using, whether you're a fiscal business or calendar. And to keep this simple, I'm going to make them both the same because the other way the report was pulling where it wasn't showing. This is a sample file. So it's like, oh, real quick, we'll change that as well. Okay, we'll make this a little easier to read. So when we're talking last year, what happened last year when you're getting ready for your taxes and why does it not match your bank account? One of the things that I want you to consider is, are you cash or accrual based business? So accrual is going to be when you invoiced your customers and when you entered the bills, and cash is going to be at the moment the money's exchanged, right? So you might be thinking, well, I'm a cash based business or I'm selecting cash as my report basis. This bottom line number, if everything is entered in correctly, should match what's in your bank account. That's not necessarily the case. Why? Because when you start your bank account for the year, you had money in it. Then you generated revenue or income, and then you paid expenses out. And your bank account just keeps living on, right? So those are some of the reasons. There's a few others I'll share with you as well. So when you're pulling this, and if you think, oh, it should match identically, it won't. Because, as I said, you had money that started before. Also, you may have credit cards that you used to pay for expenses that you are showing on your profit and loss, right? You also might have loans that you spent money on, and those are not going to show up. Only the interest expense is going to show up on your profit and loss, okay? So when you want to know more about like, so the question becomes, what are we really looking for when we're comparing our bank account to our profit and loss? Maybe you were under the assumption that that would tell you if you entered everything in accurately. And what you really need to be doing is putting a check and balance system in place, right? So some of the things that you could be looking for is, did I reconcile my bank account? Did you review your profit and loss and everything's in the right places? Does your customer balance are those correct? Are your vendor balances correct? And then are you also reviewing your balance sheet to make sure all of your assets, all of your loans are all in the right places, right? So remember, your profit and loss is just one report that you get from QuickBooks. There are other reports. If you're wanting to know more about like your cash flow, you can always check out what's called statement of cash flow. And you can say, okay, this is how much we made as profit on our P&L. And then this is how much we have going in or out, depending on which way it's going. And then where do we sit at the end with our cash, right? Because it's possible that maybe you got a loan, so you have more money in your bank account, but that's not income to you on your profit and loss. So it gets a little bit more, there's a little more to it than just assuming that that's what it looks like. Oh, was I sharing? I might not have been sharing my screen. Hold on one second. Let me share with you my QuickBooks real quick. So I was showing you this statement of cash flow, and I don't know if I was actually sharing it. It might have been on my face back. So you're going to go to, I was talking about balance sheet, which is here, and then you can get your statement of cash flow here. And then you can choose your date range that you're looking for, and it will change. And this is where I said the net income. And then these are going to be your different accounts, like where money came in and out of and where it sits. This was where I was talking about for the loan. Okay. Now, for those of you who are desktop users, let's jump in and look at yours so you kind of know what you're looking at as well. So you're going to go under reports. You can be looking at profit and loss, and you might be looking at like, okay, what happened? So this is just telling you, this is just one report. Remember, it's saying what happened last year. You can run it. You're going to choose cash or accrual. If that's not something you're familiar with, I would recommend coming to my customized QuickBooks workshop. We talk about these types of things. Anyways, and so you're going to come in here and you're going to say, where was my income? Where is my expenses? Did I reconcile my bank account? Did I check all of the different areas that I need to be checking, what I call the check and balance system? And then you could go back to your reports and you could say, I'd like to see a statement of cash flow. Don't forget, you're also going to want to be checking out your balance sheet. These are all different reports. But the question becomes, why are you looking at your profit and loss? And when you're looking at your profit and loss compared to your bank account, what are you trying to verify? And there are other ways to verify it. If these numbers don't match, that's not necessarily an indicator that you've messed something up. I hope that makes sense. So this is where you would see your net profitability, where your money came in, where your money went out, and where you're at the end. Okay, so where's your net change in cash flow? So if you have loans, those types of things, shareholder, right? So if you're putting money into your business or you paid for business expenses outside of your business bank account, maybe you paid for them personally and you did an adjusting entry to track the expense and track whether it was to shareholder, owner, equity, or a loan, those all are also impacting your profit and loss because they're expenses, but maybe not paid out of your business account. If you've been under the assumption that those will always match, they won't because there's different factors in them. Let me know if this video helped you, this little training helped you understand more about looking at different reports and why your bank account and your profit and loss are not always going to be the exact same number in the end. Hopefully, you have profits left over year after year in your bank account that helps you get through those months where you need additional income or additional cash flow, I should say. If you haven't saved your seat for our workshop that we're hosting and you would like to attend, I'm doing a customizing QuickBooks workshop. You can save your seat at CandusCampfer.com/workshop. Let me know if you have any other questions about this topic. Leave a comment down below. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I look forward to seeing you inside my next tip and trip. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.